kingdom-minded. We 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 kingdom-minded.
It's absolutely gonna offend certain people. Like this image here, it's actually offending me. I don't go to Jehovah's Witness and go cry in the neck. So why do that people have to come over here and cry over my neck? I'm teaching my people and gathering my people together. So him saying I should be careful, that's trying to change my voice. That's not gonna happen. I'm gonna teach the truth. There will never be anything like equality. Equality is an illusion. It's meant equality. If there's equality, why is it that 1%, just 1% of the population own every 99% of the wealth? We so-called Negro are not even in the radar when it comes to the wealth. The middle class just about squeeze in. Right? So what's going on there? Why are you shaking your head? Do you have a problem with that?
I agree with you. I think you're discriminating.
I mean what?
I think you're discriminating.
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 Discriminating. Well, fantastic. I'm discriminating. Right. And I am. Do I not have a right to discriminate?
Well, if I was standing,
What you say
if I was
discrimination?
standing where you're standing,
Yeah.
and I was saying something else about white being the best.
Oh, I would love you when you said that. In fact,
that would be
no, but I would love it because you know why? I would love you to say that because that's what's in your heart. You so-called white people, you guys are snakes. That's what's really going on in your heart. You guys you speak with a forked tongue. You speak with a forked tongue. The first, I bet you're gonna say your next thing you're gonna say is I have black friends, right? That's gonna be your next thing. I have black friends. That's what you guys always say, right?
You need to humble yourselves and obey the laws of the land.
Which land?
The land. You're standing on the land.
So what laws of the land am I
Obey
breaking
the
right
laws
now?
of the land.
What laws am I
Go to
breaking?
prison.
What laws am I breaking? Yo, why do you take me to prison right now? Go on then, take me to prison. Get out of here, man. And get rid of that pants you're wearing and wear a dress. Right.
Mate, you can say all this, but you won't split up the people of Birmingham. We're all different colours, and we all love each other.
I'm not.
I mean, you can say what you want.
Okay.
But you know, that's your opinion. You're welcome to it.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. That's the smartest thing I've heard today. I'm entitled to my opinion, freedom of speech.
Yeah.
There you go. So if anyone doesn't like it, Primark is open on the Shabbat. You can go shop in Primark. Right.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I will keep on teaching the truth. Now,
Right,
what's your
best of luck.
definition? I don't
Best of luck
shake.
to you. I don't
Right.
give me some of that then. That's cool. Best of luck, mate.
Thank you. You take care too.
later.
Right. But the thing is, no one's gonna silence me from teaching the truth. You know, no police is gonna come here and stop me from teaching the truth. They've been here, they've recorded me, and there is nothing I'm saying that's contrary to the word. So like I said, I put it out there. I'm still waiting for someone to challenge me. Can you come in, show me in the scriptures, right, that a white man is not a devil that the Bible speaks of? But I can prove it to you right now though. Let's do that then. Okay. So I'm gonna ask you a few questions. Who is the earth? Huh? What, you're asking a question? Oh, you're waiting for the answer. Okay, good. Stay tuned. Right. Job chapter. The first question will be, who is the earth given into the hands of today? Wherever you go to Africa, right? White supremacy. You go to Japan, white supremacy. You go to Arabia, white supremacy. Everywhere you go, white supremacy. Look at the earth as it is today. Is this the life that the Most High has for us? Is this what we were created to be? To work 9 to 5 and to slave, to just get crumbs. At most, you're working 9 to 5. How much are you getting a year? 40,000. Wow. 40,000 a year. How much? There are people that are making billions in a week, and you get 40,000 a year and you're content with that. And this is the life that the Most High has for us. The earth is given to the hands of the wicked, and it covered the faces thereof. The Most High already predicted that they were going to whitewash all of our history. They gave us this blonde-haired, blue-eyed man. They gave us this blonde-haired, blue-eyed man, and they said his name is Jesus. And all our people today are so foolish and so stuck. They want to worship everything but your own image. You want to appreciate everyone else but your own image. That's why, sister, you're wearing the weave-ons. I don't mean to pick you out, but we need to wake up as a people. You need to appreciate your own image. You're beautiful black queen. Don't listen to that nonsense saying, yo, you got nappy or all of that. All of that is the brain brainwashing. That's the change that we're wearing today. We're spending all of that money. We don't own any factories that make weave-ons. So who's making these weave-ons then? They make the weave-ons, put it into the system, and then we foolishly go get it. They make relaxers, quote unquote. Is that relaxing your scalp? Or is it burning your scalp? Acid. And we wonder why our hair don't grow. It's high time that we woke up and see what's really going on. We can use that money and build our own institutions. We can use that money and build our own farms. We can use that money, build storehouses so we can feed our people, the less privileged among our people. Why are we not thinking like this?
Would you think the black race will ever be better?
Of course it has to be.
Okay,
It's
let me tell you.
Yeah, go on.
Messiah, Africa was cursed.
Right.
The day they started selling the old people to the white man.
Can you hold that thought for a second?
Go on.
Can I deal with that?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, so the question, can I say a question
go on.
now? Okay, the question was that he said, no, or the statement he made was that Africa was cursed from the moment we started selling each other to slavery. Fantastic, but I'm going to show you something now, right? I have a book here, it's called The Atlas of the Transatlantic Slave Trade.
Yeah.
Have you read it?
No.
Okay.
I know a lot about West Indian and African history.
Fantastic. Now I'm going to show you. The reason why I recommend this book specifically is because the guy, David Eltis, is not a black man neither. Right? He has gone through much great lengths to make this compile. This is over 200 maps in here. Now every single map, right, shows you that they strategically, it wasn't all Africans that were taken in slavery. They strategically took specific people in slavery. Now, the people that were taken in slavery, all Africans were not all the same. Just because it's like saying, when we say all black people are the same, it's like saying all white
West
people are the same.
Africans.
Right. So that's why at one point they're called
West Africans.
West Africans.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right. Let me show you something very quickly before I even go to the maps. See, look at this here. I would like to do older maps because they reveal a lot of the truth.
Yeah, are we not going to North Africa? We're going West Africa.
The whole of Africa, people dispersed in the region. There's a book I recommend you read. It's called Babylon to Timbuktu. It shows you the history. Babylon to Timbuktu.
I know all the books.
Oh, you know about it? Oh, wonderful. Right. So, you see, what happened was that our people, right, they were taken into, the Romans came around Jerusalem. That's where we were. The clans in Jerusalem today are not the real people. That was our land. That's North Africa. So they say Middle East. That's Middle East. Why is it not Middle West or Middle South? You know what I mean? They're basically trying to cut that off so that you don't know that that's North Africa. That's our land. That's where our homeland. In 70 AD, Titus and Vespasian, the Roman generals, encamped around Jerusalem and forced our people out of the land. So millions of our people, those that didn't listen to the prophecy, starved to death. Those that did ran away. They fled into Africa. So they fled westward and southwards. Okay? So if you look here, it's an older map. Like you said, West Africa. That's the Horn of West Africa. At one point, it was called Negro land. So now that raises a question. Does anyone speak Spanish here? Anyone speak Spanish? In Spanish, what's black in Spanish? Right. So the question, I just asked your question again, sir, so that I can deal with it on camera.
I don't even remember what it was.
All right. So you said
who is splitting up the wealth in Africa?
Right.
Our own Africans.
Right.
Selling Africa.
Right.
Chinese.
Right.
Every country in the world to pocket it in our own country.
Very good.
While our own brothers and sisters are dying.
Why our brothers and sisters are dying? Hold on. I'm dealing with one question at a time.
Everything. It's been doing it to ourselves.
I'm only here for my people. You don't have to be here. I'm here for my people. I never call him my so-called Negroes.
I just asked you to
Anyway, I want to answer his question because it's very important for what we are. I'm here to gather my people together. Everyone that doesn't like it can go home, you know. Right, it's cool. I don't care. Who cares if it's wrong or right? Who cares? You don't like it, go start your campaign over there. I don't like what your people have done.
You're against white people.
Right, whatever.
Do you like white people?
That's cool.
That means your heart's not clean. Your heart's no good. Do you like white people? His heart's no good. Get me? I'm all for black power. Get me? But Harry's putting it in front.
I said that.
Not right.
You said that.
She wants to ask him a question. And he
Why are you running away?
Do you like white people? Do you like white people?
Why are you lying then? Why you
Do you like white people?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It does matter. It does matter.
Whatever. Get out of here, man. I'm not here for you lot. I want to answer this guy's question. Okay. All right. So the question was, right? Everyone can go home, you know. I'm here for the so-called Negroes. If you don't like it, you can run. But if you want to stay and be entertained and learn the history, you're also free to do that as well. But don't disrespect me. That's what I'm saying. All right. That's all I can ask. Let me just teach what I'm teaching. That's all I can say. Okay. All right. All right. So the brother asked a question. He asked a very, very good question. He said the Africans are the ones that are splitting up Africa and taking all the resources and selling to the Chinese, to the Japanese, to everyone else, all nations. And that's a very good question. But let me show you something now. What white supremacy has done. Africa is not poor. Africa is not a poor place. Right, let me do your question now directly because this is all the distractions. Africa is not poor at all. What they do is they have fraternities, right? So they take our leaders, put them in fraternities, give them a position, right? And now they say, who's doing it? Like I showed you, the people, like, okay, let me use an example of Nigeria. Let me use an example of Nigeria, right? Get out of here, man. Right. Nigeria, we talk about Biafra, the southeast of Nigeria. In the southeast of Nigeria, the Niger Delta, there's a place called Bayelsa. That's where the oil is. So Nigeria is wealthy, we have a lot of oil. But they're always, like, it's a mismanagement of our resources, selling our oil out for cheap, and they're not even using it to help our nation. So the question now is, who is the people that are in charge of Bielsa right now?
Remember, back, I think it's it, who hung what's his name, Ken Sourweed, because he was talking about the Niger Delta, and it was the Nigerians. They hung him.
Okay, when you say Nigeria, remember, you know the history of Nigeria. I just said it, but let's see if you remember.
Yeah, go ahead.
The history of Nigeria. Nigeria was
about your heart.
Nigeria was formed, whatever, man. I can't see your heart. Can you show me what's in your heart right now?
My heart's cleaner than yours.
Right, whatever.
Cleaner than yours.
Okay, good. If it's cleaner than mine, then go home then. Then go home.
It's not about white supremacy. If you don't like white people, you're just as bad as the white supremacists.
It's not.
If you don't like white people, that means your heart's not clean.
If I don't like white people, my heart's not clean.
That's right.
You know your people don't like my people. Your people don't like my people.
You don't know my people. You don't know nothing about me.
I don't know nothing about you.
You don't know nothing about me.
I know.
You see my colour's white, and that's what you think I am.
What are you?
You don't know nothing.
What are you then?
You're ignorant.
What are you?
Your heart's not
I
clean.
did genetics.
It's not about white or black. It's about your heart.
Your phenotype is very important.
It's about your
heart. It's not about white or black.
If
it's not about white or black. If it's not about white or black, why did your people make this image?
My people? How do you know who my people are? I'm Irish. I was slave too. So you ain't got. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about.
Your passport. What does your passport? What does your passport say? What does your passport say? Your passport says British and Irish. British and Irish. You cannot divide the boat.
Your heart's not.
You are the original Edomites. You're the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Listen, when the woman went to ask you a question, you didn't want to talk to her because she's white.
I don't want to talk to her.
Wrong. That's wrong.
I'm clear on that. And I didn't stop.
It's not about black or white. It's about your heart. It's about your heart being clean.
Keep on walking.
That's just the truth.
So, one question at a time. One question at a time.
You don't tell me to go nowhere. I can stand where I want. You can stand there and I can stand anywhere I want. You ain't got no idea what you're talking about.
That's just the truth.
Okay, so let's do your question. This is the what's important right now because we're talking about fixing our nation. Okay, so I'm going to answer your question in a second. Right, but yes, this question was first. Right, good. All right. So he said there is a lot of corruption that's going on in Africa today. But what they've done is they set up a fraternity. You got to understand that it's white supremacy, even in Africa today. So, like I said to you, right? They called us Negro for a reason. The word Negro just means black in Spanish and Portuguese. So to say black people in a region full of black people, I'm giving you a question. I'll give you a question. Your question will be next. Right. One question at a time, please.
That's racist.
Whatever. I don't care. You don't like to keep No. One question at a time. Let me do one question at a time. Cool. Bye-bye.
Sure, my friend. Mate, you will go off if I called you something else.
Call me whatever you want to call me. You've been doing that for years.
I'm not like
and then you don't like it, keep on walking there.
That's racist.
Good, well, your forefathers are the ones to blame. So, your fathers, you're going to pay for the sins of your fathers. Your fathers are the ones. Right. Anyway, everything I'm dealing with, your fathers, tell them. I don't think so, man. All right.
Brother, listen, you go away, says some white. Because they look white and
Yeah, but it is a bit open.
All right.
Well, it's one.
I'm trying to get you something.
That side has get similar to the audience.
Right, anyway, there's a breakdown of their fraternities. That's what I was trying to get you. But I don't want to go too far. But what it is that they have fraternities that they've set up. So these people are part of, you've heard about Rosicrucian, you've heard about Freemasonry, Illuminati and all of that stuff. It's going on in Africa today too. So those leaders that you see, those prominent leaders that are representing Africa or representing, like the who represent Nigeria, they're not leaders that we chose. They are puppets that have been set up by the...
Hold on. The leaders that you chose, they were elected.
No, they're elected by who?
By the people.
No. There's like, what you think that they're electing the people. Oh, look at, what are you talking about? Let's go about politics.
Nigeria had an election the other day.
Right? Who's running the Democrats and the Republican and all of that? Is it not the same people? So whether you choose Democrat, whether you choose Republican, you're still voting for the same people. So they choose whatever, they give you two bads and they choose one. They've selected who they want to represent them anyway. That's why I'm trying to show you something, right? They have a fraternity. That's why they already have a treaty. But these people that you're talking about, right, are not our people. They are the native Africans, the Arabs, the Hausas and the Fulanis, the original Arabs, not the pale-skinned Arabs you see today. The original Arabs were the ones that were selling our people into slavery. So in 1967 to 1970, these Fulani people, they slaughtered 3 million of our people. Okay, so have you heard about Biafra? Right, this is our people. So when you're saying that we're selling our resources, who's governing those resources today? Who's governing the resources in Bayelsa in the Niger Delta today? It's the Fulani in the north that are controlling it because they're all linked to America and they're linked to the British. That's what I'm trying to show you. So what we need to do now as a people, we need to come together as a nation. We've been cut off from our part. So we've been given all these religions, right, to pacify us. That doesn't mean that the Most High doesn't exist. We say Shema Yashua Lahaya, Alahaya Nawahaya Kat. Here, O Yashua, the Most High power is one. Right? But what they've done in giving us all these religions is they've taken our records, all our records, and they've paganized it and used it as a tool to brainwash our people. So all the time now, we never face the reality that is going on in our communities, and we're just basically clapping and dancing and singing and shouting.
It is pretty much everyone, but there's some stereotypes.
Okay, now the question now.
But I definitely understand what you're talking about.
You don't understand what I'm talking about, because if you understood what I was talking about, you understand that the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of. So let's start with that now. Yes, the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of. I know it's going to be hard on you because you're a white man. You don't want to see yourself as a devil. But what's the word devil mean?
You're telling me, you're going to tell me.
Alright, so now for so long, Hollywood has given that image of the devil being some red dragon with a pitchfork that's gonna torment you in hellfire forever and ever and ever. That's all Hollywood. None of that is what our records say. That's why they set up the World Council of Churches. Most of your churches today, your church leaders are not teaching you the truth. They have regulated doctrines that keep you pacified. Okay, so I'm going to show you now. There's the white man, the devil the Bible speaks of course he is. When you see that image of that red man with a pitchfork, it's speaking about the white man, the KKK that were lynching our people. That is the devil. The word devil is the Hebrew word sayap, which means deceiver. The one who is deceiving the whole earth today. Who's making bombs, right? Who's making nuclear weapons to destroy the earth today? Show me one so-called Negro that has factories that make guns. Show me one. Show me one so-called Negroes that has the shipment, import that controls import and export to bring in the drugs. Show me one so-called Negro that even has anything. That's if I check your top, you probably say made in China, made in Hong Kong. Does it say made in Africa? So what is going on? We're talking about white supremacy. We're talking about a globalization that is completely bent on destroying us as a nation of people. They all take genetics. I did genetics, right? All of the genetics is they're not trying to show us the genetics that's going to improve us. They're doing genetics against us. Their own scientists, this is called emerging viruses, AIDS and Ebola. Their own scientists are telling you there's something called Stryker's memorandum. This was written by a black man, right? Have you heard about Stryker's memorandum? Right. What does AIDS and Ebola come from? Right. Hear this. Stryker's memorandum. This is an extract from Stryker's memorandum. Their scientists are saying this. Stryker reportedly examined the World Health Organization research that revealed that their scientists in the 1970s had studied viruses that were capable of altering the immunologic response capacity of the T lymphocytes. Your T lymphocytes are your white blood cells are supposed to fight against infection. So AIDS itself is acquired immune deficiency syndrome. It's not actually a disease. It attacks your immune system, right? So they had studied viruses that were able to attack these T lymphocytes, right? He said he noted that such viruses were found in the 1970s, but in small animals, including sheep and cows. I thought they said it was made in green monkeys. Hear this now. And the latest species was used to produce the smallpox vaccines. So when they go to Africa, the World Health Organization are giving our people so-called relief in Africa. They're injecting all these viruses into the vaccines, and our people are getting sick and dying. Let me keep on going. Then he goes on to say, please wake up. He says in 1969, the United States Defense Department requested $10 million to make AIDS virus in the lab as a political ethnic weapon to be used mainly against blacks. $10 million to make AIDS virus in the lab as a political ethnic weapon to be used mainly against blacks. To be used mainly against blacks. To be used mainly